My wife discovered that I keep calendar reminders to ask her about stuff going on in her life. Pretty much what the title says. My wife has always been really good about staying aware of things happening in my life that I care about and periodically checking in with me to see how they're going. You know, basic loving, caring partner stuff. I have found that showing her that same consideration does not always come naturally to me. I would say I am a fairly self-centered person. I wish that weren't the case, but in retrospect a lot of bad behavior on my part was not corrected and even enabled when I was young. By the time I realized this character flaw, I was already well into adulthood, and I have found that old habits die hard. I don't think I'm that bad. Of course, sometimes I do remember that she was having that big meeting at work today, or that her aunt was having a surgery or whatever, and I ask about it over dinner. But more often than I am proud to admit, I get lost in my stuff and forget about hers. So a couple years ago I started setting reminders in my calendar so I wouldn't forget. Needless to say, I did not tell her I was doing this. Until now it's worked really well. Often I don't even need the reminder, just creating it helps the event stick in my active memory. But the other night she saw one of my reminders. She has a potentially painful dental procedure later this week, FYI. We both happened to be looking at something on my phone when it popped up. Needless to say, she was surprised. I had no choice but to explain the whole situation. I wouldn't say she thinks I'm a full-blown jerk. But she definitely found it weird and off-putting that I would need a system like that when she doesn't and nobody else does. I kind of agree with her. It never felt like a deep dark secret, but on the other hand there's obviously a reason I never told her or anyone else I was doing it. Still, taking action to make sure I show consideration and concern for stuff that matters to her has to be better than continuing to forget, right? Am I a jerk?